Hi, this is Kerry with Captain Horses. I'm here. We're just dropping off Commander to be collected for another week. We'll do some videos later on when we pick him up, and we want to show you his behavior before and after, and what we do to get him back to manageable condition. Because when he comes back, he's wound up and he's been excited all week, and it'll be good training and good things to show you. I've turned him loose here. This is the pen that they give him to stay in for the week, and this isn't natural for horses to be penned up in such a small pen long periods of time, and I think that's why he is full of energy and wants to get out and move when we pick him up in a week. You'll be able to see the difference in the next as we go through this video. Hello, we're back to pick up Commander. He's been at the AI collection facility for a week. We'll see how he's going. You'll be able to see hopefully a difference in his behavior. He's probably going to be high strung, but we'll load him up, we'll get home, and then we'll continue on working with him to get his mind back controllable and so he's manageable and calm. We're home. Commander's tied up at the moment. He's more focused on the other horses. He's obviously wound up, not focused on me at all. I have my 3 training tools, and we'll go through what I do to get him back in compliance, focusing on me and settled down. We'll bring him in the round pen where we have a safe place to work. Okay, the first thing I want to do is get some energy out of him, if I can. What I'm going to use is what I call my humble hobble. I'm going to pick up a front foot, strap it up. That'll limit his movement. And strap this around his leg. Pick it up. Buckle it on top. Okay. Now I've just limited his movement. For him to move, it's going to take a lot of effort for him to hop around. So we'll let him think about it. And I'm just kind of staying out of his way. I'm not making him go. It's still up to him whether he moves or not. We've got him halfway thinking a little bit. What we teach him on one side, we want to teach on the other. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side for a second. lot of them are right and left sided like we are, right and left handed. So some of them don't hop as easy on the other side. See what side's his dominant side or not, but you want to be safe. Sometimes they'll take a pretty good jump and they can about jump on top of you. Always have your escape routes planned. Always have your escape routes planned and ready to go. One more. Oh. Now he's starting to be more humble, what I call humble. He's got his head dropping. He's more right here with me, focusing on me more than the others, but we're not there yet. A lot of horses don't start to think until they're tired. That just got enough wind out of him. So hopefully he's starting to think. As I put this on, you want the handle going down. This is a loose lariat. You can go look at my video on the war bridle. Goes into more detail on that. But just the key points to remember. You don't want it too far down on the bridge of his nose on that finer bone. You want it right up behind his ears. You're using those pressure points on his ears. And now I'm going to work this over with him a little bit. A lot of just taking the rope and flipping it. This war bridle, what it does is the main purpose is to teach him what woe is, what woe means. And I want to be able to take this. See, he's not dancing around near as much. I want to take this rope, flip it all around his feet, let him know there's no reason to panic. He's had this numerous times. We should catch on really good. And if you look at how he was tied up versus now, he's already realizing I'm in charge and he's a better follower and not a leader. So I'm going to see if he'll stand there as I get out to the end of the rope. Whoa, 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 whoa. I run into the panel, out of space. Whoa, whoa. Okay, pretty good. Good boy. I'm going to go behind him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stepped over my rope. I wasn't ready for him to, I wasn't anticipating him to move, but now he knows we've got it. He stopped. Remember, I can't really pull to lead him with the war bridle. Got to loosen up his legs. He knows what it is and he knows to stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I can't go straight behind him. We're going to have to work with letting him trust me a little more. I don't know what they've done with him, why he was there. Don't know what experiences he's had. I've got to get to where I can work around him and get behind him safe. Whoa. 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 Back to the middle. Whoa. Okay. In order to get around him this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trick him. I'm going to throw the rope over his rump. Now there's something over there. Now he won't want to spin his butt around from me. Whoa. Whoa. Because he feels something there. Now I can get behind him. And now I want my little peekaboo trick. I want to get him to focus with this eye. And then back to this one. Back to this one. Whoa. 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 Get that rope around this side. Now he's looking more out of this eye with me because the rope's coming back this side. But I still want him to switch, paying attention to me out of both eyes, so he knows I'm back here on straight behind him. Okay, he's starting to drop his head a little bit, so that's good. I'll toss that rope up around his head, on the ground. Didn't quite get it around his head. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll go over his butt, on his back. Now he's starting to get, he's dropping his head some more. He's starting to accept that I'm in control, and he's gonna have to just accept about whatever I do with him, as long as I'm not mean, not creating fear. Okay, now he's dropping his head, he's licking his lips. There's the action I want. Okay. Whoa. 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 Paying attention to me. I'm gonna come back here while he's sitting there paying attention. Whoa. 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 Get these other tools. Oh. Oh, now I can about go without that rope. Take that back off of him. And now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and lay him down, just to bring that submission all the way to where I want it. Usually he lays down pretty good. We'll see how he does. We're going to go back to the humble hobble, put that back on him. Going to take my scotch hobble.
Turn sideways.
Tie a bowline around his neck so you don't choke him. It can't be a slip knot. When I lay him down, I've done both feet. I think last time I laid him down, I went kitty corner. So we'll just go with the same side. Put this through. And now, once I get to this point, I'm just going to slowly start pulling up asking him to yield this back leg. And once he realizes that I'm asking him to take this leg, I'm going to hang on to that just in case I need it. Tuck that in my back pocket. And he's already kind of starting to sniff around, see where he wants to lay down. But I'm just letting that rope, as it loosens up, I just take up the slack. Once he knows he can't fight it, I'm going to see if I can get this rope under him. Pull this up the other way, because now I can use it. Kind of encourage him to lay over this way. Well, he'll go down that way. That's okay. Okay, lay back. There you go. Not a lot of fight. A lot of it's just him deciding if he's going to lay down where at. I didn't take a lot of effort. Wasn't beating him, wasn't smacking him. And it doesn't help to have that one run around, but that's not affecting him either. Now if I can just keep his head here on the ground, he can't get up anywhere. And I just pet him. Work with him, let him get him used to me. I'm gonna go ahead and put my fingers in his nose. I've shown that where there's nerves right there that'll relax him. So that works. I can rub under his eye. So now that I've got him here to help him relax, I can come pet him right here under his nose, put my finger up on the inside of his nose, and I can pet that, kind of pinch that as I rub my finger down lightly. There's some nerves there that help him relax. Whoa. Whoa. You comfort them, you can tell them whoa a lot. There's also right here under their eye, you can run your thumb or your hand, pet them underneath the eye, come and dragging it sideways. There's some nerves there that help them relax. He's testing that rope on his back leg, that's okay. And you can just do this till he totally relaxes. And that young one running around is not helping him at all. I can work with his ears. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry about that guy. He's not going to hurt you. Whoa, whoa. There you go, big boy. We'll just go calm and easy. This is a good time to work with his back legs, his flanks. I'm going to come down here and pick up his hind leg. Once you get that toe, that's where you have control. We'll stretch that. I can stretch it back here safely. Let him. Okay, that's probably enough to get him to where I want him, even though he's still not just relaxed. I think I've got the fight out of him. Okay, now to get him up, if he doesn't get up on his own, oh, he's gonna get up on his own. Well, a lot of times you can just jump with both feet and that will startle them to where they get up. Gonna take all this off of him. Work my knot undone. There we go. There's all kinds of things that you can do with that hobble on the front and this cotton rope on his back, the scotch hobble. Once their action's limited, I can take this with nets tied around his neck, I can go between his legs and I can be back there in the back and I can work around if horses like to kick their hind feet. Even here, you can have it going around that hind foot and you can work that rope around and really desensitize a lot of the hind feet in a safe way. Now, from where he was tied up or picked up at the collection facility, bring him home, tie him up, the other horses acting up, jumping around, running around the field. Now I've got him in a stable, calmer mentality, and this is where I like him a lot better, controllable and manageable. Now I can just pet him and we can have an enjoyable time together instead of high-strung, him jumping around, not paying attention to me, not caring where I am, stepping over me, pushing me around. Those are quick ways to get hurt. Hope you found this useful and that you can benefit from using some of these techniques. If you've learned one thing in this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a like. If you've learned two things, I would like you to consider following me as we go forward on these ideas and sharing these tricks.